There's a hidden tip right at the end of the video, so you make sure you stay to the end so they can see what the tip is. What's up everybody, welcome back to the FPL channel. I haven't made a video in like 2 weeks because God knows why, but Game Week 1 deadline's approaching and I'm gonna show you guys my Game Week 1 team. So I've made a few changes from my last draft, and before we get into any of that stuff, I have been meaning to tell you guys something. I have my own mini league. The code is here. If you want to join, go join ahead anytime, any place. Just go there. If you still have a slot left, that is. I'm assuming most of you already filled now, but if you still have it, go join that league. Now, moving on to the team. So there are a few changes, but I'm gonna run through every one of them because this is like the deadline video. Some of you might be new. Nick Pope, I have him in my very first draft that I made a video about. I told him Burnley keepers typically gets 150 points, so save points are going to be there. They do have a tough starting fixture, but their fixtures ease up, and I'm not planning on an early wildcard, so starting off with Ryan will mean I have to transfer him out for Pope, and that will be a transfer, and I might need to change something up, and Ryan might be stuck in my team, even though I wanted Pope, and Pope could go on and have a stormer. So that's why I'm starting with Pope. And in the defense, I'll go from left Alexander-Arnold, Community Shield, subbed off in 66 minutes, but does not change my opinion one bit. On his day, absolutely crushes it. And games like Norwich, games like Southampton, games like Burnley, these are the games where he thrives. Last season, he thrives in these small games. So I expect him to come back. And free kicks, corners, he's on everything. So on his day, he will absolutely rip it apart. Van Dijk, he's the more nailed guy. 48.8% ownership. I think most people are going for him because of the 0.5% cheaper option, and I'm doing the same as well. If I had unlimited budget, Robertson would be first name on my team sheet, but couldn't really afford him, so Van Dijk it is. Also has goal threat. Trail Robertson by only 7 points last season, so he is good value. And 6.5 nailed on. There is no way in this world Gomez or Lovren is gonna play ahead of this guy by injury, so I'm keeping this guy. And moving on to the third defender, Luca Dean. He's back ahead of Coleman, simply because I had the 0.5 million extra. Everton thanks Sidebe. Long term, Sidebe is gonna chunk into Coleman's minutes. Digne. So I said this to a friend of mine like a couple of days ago. If Everton signs Sidebe, Sidebe will be a threat to Coleman's minutes far more than what Baines is to Digne's minutes. So I do believe Digne will get the attacking returns, and these fixtures, they look good, and hopefully he can get some returns. He's gonna stay in my team, and it allows an easy switch. So someone like a Wan-Bissaka, a Zinchenko, who else is at 5.5? Patrick Van Aanholt. These guys are all at 5.5, so it's easy switch. And if Cancelo's priced at 6 and he starts playing regularly, we can easily switch. So this 6 million price tag, this is the loose spot. And if Liverpool defenders flop, you can easily switch. That's the point of these three at the moment. And the fourth guy, which is, I've never had him in my drafts, I just added him like this Sunday, Martin Montoya. So I saw a tweet on Twitter. This is from a person called @FPLBet, if I'm not mistaken. He said Everton's playing in Brighton's playing in a 3-4-3. Montoya taking a right wing back position, getting very forward, and their fixtures here, they do look okay. So I've gone for Montoya as my Brighton attacker / defender, so to speak, because from what I read, he's getting forward, he's a wing back, and these fixtures, they could keep a clean sheet in at least one of them. I'm hoping they do. I'm hoping they do in one of them. And even then, I might have to rely on attacking returns a bit. 0.5%, so differential, but here's the thing. A lot of people that I see on Twitter are going for Trossard, are going for, who was the guy again? Oh yeah, Ryan, and a bit of Duffy, who I'm still hate. So this is guys like a Brighton cover, so to speak. But hopefully he does the trick. He gets a few attacking returns, a few minutes. And another thing is, these 4.5, if he flops, you can easily switch them to someone like a Gilbert, who has an easier fixture somewhere around here. You can switch him to someone like, and it's a Diop if West Ham are tighter defensively. It's an easy switch from here to there. And Martin Montoya, even though Brighton just signed a new right back, like literally a couple hours ago, I do believe this guy's going to be the first choice because he's got the experience, and hopefully, fingers crossed. But I think he is for the first couple of weeks. Then we'll see. But let's move on. Salah, no explanation. Community Shield, he was on fire. Best shape I've seen him in quite a while. 10 shots, he's getting them in. And there might be people who might interpret this, his finishing is not good, but I interpret it the other way. Salah, he's got so many chances. With his quality, he's going to tuck them away sooner or later. And with the captain's armband against Norwich, opening day, what a way to start the FPL season. If he flops, I will regret this, but he stays. Sterling, again, the second highest point scorer in the league last season. Best points per match, better than Salah, and probably going to get more minutes given Sané's unfortunate injury. And there isn't really another left wing at the club, is there? I don't think there's another left wing at City unless Aguero Jesus drop wide. So probably he's nil. He's almost Pep roulette proof, although nobody is proof except Edison. So I'm hoping he gets similar numbers to these, somewhere close at least. Now moving on to KDB, my ginger Belgian. I seem to like this guy a lot more than any other player. The injury rash season 2018-2019, but look at these numbers. In a full season, minutes, returns, he has them all. A 200-point season is in him, and if preseason he looked sharp though. So on his day, this guy can run riot and destroy it all. That's all. And this is a logic that I said also in my last video, so you can go check it out. Sterling, KDB. This is like Mane and Salah last season. Mane is significantly cheaper than Salah, and most people go for a double up at the start because the defense wasn't that popular yet. Some people do. I'm not sure everybody did, but the logic is Liverpool. Those two are cheap, and Liverpool are good attacking side. So why not both? I'm gonna use that same argument here. Sterling, KDB, part of the best attacking team in the league for 2 years straight, and probably gonna be a third year. So doesn't it make sense to double up on them? One is a chief creator, the other one of the integral part of the guy. Pep loves him, and he's accelerating on a Pep, so why not both? Simple as that. The other guy, Jose Perez, bound to play out of position in a 4-4-2 with Jamie Vardy. Gonna be somehow had a feeling this guy's gonna be incredible value this season if he plays out of position. Even on the wide, I think he could be good value. So probably him. Fixtures aren't great. I had Brooks in this position in my first draft, but Brooks got injured unfortunately, and this guy's the only guy left, and a bit of Leicester cover. It works. Now moving on to the front line. The front line stays the same as well. Callum Wilson, I've been repeating this again and again and again. Talisman, that connection with Fraser, and these opening fixtures. When against Man City, which he scored as well, then he has a set of fixtures, easier ones. I'm hoping Wilson do bits. Cherums, this is the punt. So I explained in depth like how there aren't many 6 million options. Like these, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, remember? Yeah, I changed to Adams because of one, Moise Kean. Two, he looked really good in preseason, and he's bound to be the main man at Southampton. With Ings' inevitable injury coming up, and he hardly completes 90 minutes, he is probably gonna complete 90 minutes. Just about every game. Fitness good, sharpness good, and fixtures are a bit meh, but Southampton do score in the bigger games. Liverpool, Man United, they scored last season, so I'm hoping Adams can live up, and even if he doesn't, there's Wesley at the exact same price. So apart from a price rise or two, if this guy flops, and Wesley starts banging a bit, I can easily switch between the two. Or I could just take 0.5 from here, switch him to 6.5. Jota, Tadovayu, King, who else? Wood, Barnes, everybody is up there at 6.5. So this is the place I go to for money. I keep saying on Twitter, this is the place I go to for 0.5. But now with Sidibe, I can't go to I can't go here for 0.5 anymore, unless I want to switch teams, which I don't want at the moment. Bench, straightforward. Woodman. Only reason why I choose Woodman is because of he's immune to a price rise. Out on loan, there is no way he's gonna drop to 3.9, unlike some other 4.0 keepers. I keep making it until probably my first wildcard. If he survives longer, good for him. Dendoncker, I think I read somewhere Wolves agreed terms with Cassie. I don't think this is gonna. I somehow think this is more of a backup, I think, than an actual starter for the first few weeks at least. But I believe Dendoncker will start. He was on form last season towards the back end. He played a lot. He was on form, and I believe he can be a good first sub. And even if he doesn't play that much, Mason Greenwood. Need I say anymore? My Man United bias takes place at least once in a team. This year is this guy. Last year it was Shaw and, dare I say his name? Alexis Sanchez. This year it's Mason bloody Greenwood. Get into my team, you legend. 4.5 million, he can play anywhere across the front four, and he's bound to get lots of minutes this season. With Lukaku leaving and Arsenal signing a replacement, like what the heck? This guy is gonna get lots of minutes. Lundstrom, so this is basically a template pick now, I guess, because everybody is picking him. Every draft I see, although his TSB is quite low. Here's the thing why we picked him. He played lots of minutes in preseason, right? Lots of minutes in preseason and in midfield, and he's kept the number 7 shirt. So was that. But do I think he's gonna play every minute of the entire season, or at least close to that? Soon, but I don't think he is. I think Sheffield should sign a midfielder, I guess, and probably this guy's gonna be a rotation or will hardly play. But third sub, 4 million. Why not? Why pass the opportunity? If he doesn't perform, take him out on the wild card. It's that simple. So that is my team, how it is set up. Do I see any weaknesses in it? I somehow believe I'm missing a 7.5 million midfielder. Someone like a Martial. I want to really have Martial, but when you compare De Bruyne with Martial, I somehow believe Kevin can outscore him. Lucas Moura, too short term. Fraser, sorry for yawning, by the way. I do believe Fraser will get lots of points, but I don't want to take out De Bruyne. If I take out De Bruyne, I'll show you on screen right now. If I take out Kevin, I'm bringing the 7.5, which is basically Ryan Fraser. I have 2 million in the bank, and the place I go to is Martin Montoya for Zinchenko. The 1 million can be used here, and that's about it. I have 0.5 million in the bank. That's about it. I don't believe Man City. I don't trust the City defense in the first 3 weeks. They are 3 attack-minded teams, so I'm a bit mad with the City defense. But they'll come in here. They will come in here for certain. They will come in, and that is my thoughts. So that's about it. And now time to share one efficient FPL tip. That is, watch the bloody matches. So by watch the bloody matches, I mean either watch it live, either watch the replay, or either watch the highlights. Because here's the thing though, there was a point in the season where I actually watched the highlights. There were actually points in the season where I didn't. And results, it shows. Eye test shows something that stats don't. We can purchase stats, like their website there, I don't want to name any, some really good stats you can purchase, you can look at the stats, but There's always one thing, the eye test. Somebody can be a stat merchant, I'm looking at you, Dujan, and not return points. Someone may not be racking that much up stats like Mane last season, but he was getting the right positions, getting those shots, getting those goals, his finishing improving. And that is one efficient tip that I will give to every FPL newcomer or every FPL player in general, because it really helps. And that's it for the video. Good luck for the new season. If you haven't yet, join the league. It's gonna be big this year. Hope you enjoy the video. Of course, my Twitter and Instagram are gonna be somewhere here. Hopefully, it's in the description box of this video. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, click the little bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. And I'll see you guys after game week 1. Hopefully, we all have a good one. And sayonara. Peace out. Take care of yourselves.